Kevin Burnett. I'm the National GuideRight Chairman. GuideRight is 100 years old this year. We are the oldest, most successful mentoring organization for young people of color. Understand that GuideRight has impacted over 500,000 young lives. Our objective is to create the next generation of leaders. GuideRight is a program of achievement. Over 96% of our students graduate high school and over 70% graduate college. GuideRight is my heart, it's my passion, and it's my mission. There can be no greater calling than working and assisting young people. We can all unite behind GuideRight. It brings out the best in us and has the biggest impact on our world. We are men of achievement. What can be nobler than to help create more men of achievement, to help create successful men? That's what GuideRight does. After our fundamental purpose and our commitment to our noble clan, GuideRight demonstrates the best in Kappa and brings out the best in Kappa. GuideRight does not belong to the commission. It belongs to Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. It is up to every true Kappa to contribute to its future success. Those are words from the father of GuideRight, Leon W. Stewart. Come join us for the GuideRight Centennial celebration, July 6th to the 10th in St. Louis. History will be made there. Thank you.
Kappa League TV.
What's up, Kappa Leaguers? This is John Marshall Jones, your national spokesperson and one of the stars of the hit CW show All American Homecoming. The 2022 Centennial GuideRight celebration is almost here. The registration deadline is June 17th, but the whole event goes from July 6th to July 10th. You registered? Here's what we got planned for you. And you know we're gonna get down with some mentorship. And you know we're gonna get down with some college prep information and some social guidance that's gonna help you deal with your surroundings much better than some of your friends who won't hear what we gotta say. What you might not know is that this whole event is about you. So we're gonna have stuff that's fun for you. We're gonna have gaming competitions, drone competitions. We're gonna have best Kappa League Reels competitions. We're gonna set it up for you to do your own podcast. We're gonna have your favorite movies on movie nights. We're gonna have 3-on-3 basketball. We're gonna have DJs spinning music, good food, good fun, and lots of fellowship. You're gonna meet Kappa Leaguers from all around the world. Some of them are gonna be your friends for the rest of your life. So bring your swag and your style. Kappa League is part of GuideRight, the oldest and most successful African-American male-led mentorship program in U.S. history, so you're gonna be a part of history too. 100 years of achievement. Now that's something to celebrate. What you waiting on? Hit the link below, and we'll see you in St. Louis this summer.
Kappa League TV.
We had a great opportunity today to have a sponsorship by Corvette and the two unique Corvette clubs. They made sure that our juniors and seniors arrived at this college fair in style. Hey, my name is Brandon Jones, chairman of the Metro Atlanta Coalition of Kappas. Today, we partnered with the National College Resource Foundation to bring our students to the Black College Expo.
Hello, my name is Claude Gallen. I'm the Pole Market Stockbridge Jonesboro alumni chapter. Excited to be here with our Kappa League for the College Expo. Great opportunity for us to see the young men in our program get exposed to different colleges and universities.
My name is Alex Mitchell, and I just got accepted to Morris Brown College.
So today at the Black College Expo, our Kappa Leaguers got a chance to learn about their colleges, ones that they're interested in, They got a chance to learn about the military. They got a chance to get accepted on the spot and get scholarships on the spot.
Hello, my name is Quality Bryce, and I am at the arena right now at the HBCU Spotlight. And I got accepted to 4 schools: University of Virginia in Lincolnburg, St. Augustine, Alabama A&M, and Jackson State University.
My name is Emmanuel Garvin. I just got accepted to Morris Brown College, and I'm excited to be in college with a major in finance.
Now, today has already been an amazing event, right? So some of our Kappa Leaguers have already got accepted to some colleges, already got some scholarships. We're still inside. I just wanted to make sure that I got a chance to let you know what today was all about. The Metro Atlanta Coalition of Kappas is here to make an impact in the lives of the Kappa Leaguers that we service, and all the pole marks of the Metro Atlanta Coalition of Kappas to be able to support these students the way that we have. I want to thank Dr. Price and her National College Resource Foundation team for putting this Black College Expo together, and I'm happy that we were able to partner to make an impact in our community.
Taking care of my body so it fully get to thrive. I've been traumatized, I've been ill-advised. I can't sympathize once I emphasize I'm undefeated. This shit is deeper than a rap. In fact, you gotta know the meaning. Misunderstood. Hope you ready when I come undefeated.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox from The Blacklist on NBC, and you're watching Kappa League TV.
Kappa League TV.
I'm Trayvon Davis with Congress Covington Kappa League, and you're watching Kappa League TV. Kappa Leaguers are here today to learn about entrepreneurship and how to start a business. Joining us today is the owner of Rose's Chicken and Waffles, Mr. Reginald McCutcheon. What are some of the biggest pros and cons of entrepreneurship?
Well, the biggest pro is actually seeing your, planting the seed and seeing your business grow. Coming up from an idea, the working concept, and actually put it into real life is the biggest pro. One of the major cons is the actual manual effort, the labor that goes into business, like the constant work that goes into it.
Thank you. So what do you feel is the biggest misconception about entrepreneurship?
The big misconception is thinking that it's going to just happen right now for you. It takes some time. It takes time to really grow your business. And so it's not like it's on TV. You got to put the work in.
So what is your recommendation for Kappa Leaguers for starting their own business, and where do you think they should go for assistance?
Well, people that love them, care about them. You need capital to grow any business. I suggest not go to any bank, save up, and start your own. And because when you lose your own money, it's going to hurt a little bit more. If you don't want your business to fail, and you owe some money to the bank. You don't want that.
And lastly, what is the biggest hurdle you and many other entrepreneurs face, and how do you recommend overcoming it?
Well, the biggest obstacle is just having people believe in your product. But how you overcome it is simple, man. If you align to your calling and purpose, and if you really believe in your product, other people will follow. You know what I mean? It's no different than any type of trend, anything like that. You put the work in, people want to enjoy your food, enjoy your business. They'll come back and they'll do business with you again. So just have the faith and keep pushing.
Thank you, Mr. McCutcheon. Reporting for Kappa League TV, I'm Trayvon Davis.
This morning, we have 3 teenagers bringing some much-needed relief and a lot of joy to the healthcare workers during this pandemic.
This is a great story. Christopher Barnaby, Shane Daughtry, and John Prince all became friends in elementary school. Well, they decided in the spring that they wanted to help people in need instead of just sitting around at home. So they came up with Friends for Front Lines. They started asking for donations and then using that money to support small local restaurants, buying meals to donate to local hospitals, especially focusing on the often overlooked hospital night shift. So Christopher, Shane, and John are all joining us now. Good morning to you guys. Shane, I want to start with you. Just where did this idea come from for you guys all to get involved and do this together?
Well, like most teenagers, we were all locked up in our houses, not much to do, usually just watching TV or sleeping at home. And we realized that not many people have that luxury of knowing where their next meal comes from or having a source of income. They're not able to relax, especially through a pandemic. So we created Friends for Frontlines to help our local businesses that were failing, while also helping our frontline healthcare workers by feeding them through the night shift.
Well, and I want to ask John, why did you guys specifically decide to focus on those night shift workers?
Well, a family friend of mine who works in the ER, he was raving to us about how all the donations coming, but he mentioned that the night shift workers were overlooked, and they hadn't received really anything at all. So we were able to do something that others weren't.
Shane, when you show up with the food, what kind of reaction do you get?
I remember one time specifically, a woman wrote us a heartfelt message saying that it was our only meal for the day. And it really shows how much work they actually have to go through. A lot of the time, they don't have time to get their own food. They can't even bring their own food many times, I believe. So it really hit home knowing that we were making a difference.
And Christopher, do you guys view yourselves as heroes for this work that you're doing?
We don't see ourselves as heroes. We see ourselves as just a bunch of kids who did something anybody could do. And we're just helping out the real heroes, the frontline workers and the restaurant owners who are keeping our society safe and keeping our society running and putting their lives on the line every day so that we continue doing what we're doing.
I'm curious, do any of you have a message for people watching at home?
Well, we just want to make sure people know that anybody can make a difference. We're just a couple of teenagers who came up with an idea. And so we just want to get the message out that our frontline healthcare workers are being heard, and they're the real heroes out there, and we really appreciate them.
Well, you guys are all a true inspiration, and we're so happy that you're sharing this story with us. So we've got a little something for you. We've actually got a very special surprise. Cottonelle is giving Friends for Frontlines a check for $5,000 to keep up the amazing work that you've all been doing. Thank you to Cottonelle for that, and thank you guys. It really just shows that, like, you just got to get to work and you got to do something and make a difference, and we really appreciate you all joining us this morning.
And we want to hear how you at home have been showing your support using the hashtag GMA Helping Heroes. We love seeing these stories.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking.
Brothers, I bring you greetings from the Western Province of Kappa Alpha Psi, Fraternity Incorporated. In 1922, our fraternity adopted a most significant program of social concerns, the Guide Right program. The Guide Right program has grown through our communities all over the world, but it holds a special place here in the Western Province, because it's in the Western Province where Kappa League was founded. It was founded on February the 12th, 1969, at Allen Locke High School in Los Angeles, California. The Kappa League program would later be adopted as a national program at the 56th Grand Chapter meeting in 1970. This academic year, the Guide Right program's theme is a century of student achievement, leadership development, and mentoring. The welfare, progression, and achievement of youth is the foundation of all we do through the Guide Right program. Brothers, we're asking for your support for the Centennial celebration. There are many ways that you can take part in this event that's taking place on July the 6th through the 10th in St. Louis. I know we'll all continue to show up for our Guide Right programs. We'll continue to show up for our youth here in the Western Province. And with that, brothers, I say yo.
Hello, my name is Tyler Best, and I am from the New Brunswick chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi, and you're watching Kappa League TV. Although his career spanned just one short decade, Jean-Michel Basquiat is considered one of the best-known artists of his generation. Growing up in Brooklyn, Basquiat thrived off the music and art scenes of downtown New York. He took this inspiration to create art which tackled poverty, segregation, police brutality, and the Black experience in America. While his legacy includes the creation of art that is much replicated today, it also includes breaking down barriers in a homogeneous club of white males. Basquiat made inroads for artists of color who came behind him.
I am an unwilling participant in this movement. I would not have signed up for this or any other mother that's standing here with me today. But I am here today for my son, Trayvon Martin, who is in heaven. And also for his brother, Javaris Fulton, who is still here on earth.
The absence of the father in a majority of African American homes has had a devastating effect on the young men in our community. This year, 50% of African American males in cities of America dropped out of high school. A Northeastern University study cites that nearly 1 in 4 African American male dropouts are incarcerated or otherwise institutionalized on an average day. According to the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice, nationwide, African American males represent 26% of juvenile arrests, 44% of youth who are detained, and 58% of youth admitted to state prisons. Currently, 1 out of 3 African American males can expect to spend time in prison. This year, 80% of the incarcerated population are also high school dropouts, making this an issue that truly impacts every member of the community. The simple truth is, young men who have positive role models are more likely to stay in school and out of prison. The question is, how do we help them achieve that? Our answer is Kappa League. Over the last 50 years, Kappa League Mentorship Program, founded by Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, has assisted thousands of young men from at-risk neighborhoods to become college-bound, upwardly mobile, productive members of their community with a focus on community service, leadership, and achievement in every field of human endeavor. We are the men of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, founded in 1911 with over 700 chapters worldwide, represented on hundreds of college campuses and in every major American city. For over 100 years, we have been a pillar of the African American community, focused on uplifting every man, woman, and child that lives within it. We are deeply committed to turning the tables on the negative influences that young men encounter on a daily basis. Our mission is to be the change that we can believe in. Kappa League goals and objectives are fivefold. 1, to help young men develop positive self-identity through the principles of emotional discipline, self-confidence, awareness of their potential and opportunities, and professional appearance. 2, to increase their level of academic aptitude through training with the Naviance educational software system that focuses on organization, preparation, and matching student strengths and interests to post-secondary goals. 3, to employ healthy competition in the field of politics, sports, and teamwork, and encourage young men to excel at levels they thought previously impossible. 4, to encourage social development through exposing young men to the principles of religion, the arts, interpersonal communication, and social etiquette. 5, to teach health and wellness awareness through the principles of physical fitness and proper hygiene, as well as sex education and drug culture rejection. We know you see the value of this program, so ask yourself, how can you help us to mentor another group of young men to become pillars of their community? This year more than ever, we're looking forward to your support. Action! Do you have an interest in media or content creation on the internet? Have you thought about being a journalist, a director, a producer, or even making your own music videos? Then come join us this year in the Kappa League TV Media Club, where your voice matters. Come tell your story. Sign up is easy. You just reach out to us at kappaleaguetv@gmail.com or Kappa League TV IG to get your chapter started. Cut! That's how they do it.
Greetings, Kappa Leaguers. Do you have a story to tell? Do you like being the local reporter? Would you like to know what it's like to work in radio? Well, if you said yes to any of these questions, then podcasting is for you. My name is Kevin Boston Hill, and I am a speech communications professor at a major university. I am also the Guide Right Chairman for the Northeastern Province and host of the radio show and podcast Instruction Discussion. I want to show you how to create your own podcast. I will teach you how to conduct an interview, what types of questions to ask, and how to create a story. You will also learn how to edit your audio to make it sound radio worthy. If this sounds interesting to you, please join me in St. Louis during the Guide Right Centennial. We will be documenting the occasion through radio broadcasts that you can share with your friends and family. Just tell your Guide Right mentor you want to podcast, and we will get together and handle the rest. See you in St. Louis.
Evening. How's everyone this evening? This is such a beautiful crowd that I see out here, to see all these young men dressed so handsomely. This is a beautiful sight to see. My name is Scott Johnson. I'm the Eastern Province Guide Right Chairman of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity and the National Kappa League Debate Challenge Chairman. I would like to welcome everyone this evening to our Centennial edition. As many of you know, we've been doing debate for the last 7 months for the Centennial. It's been a very, very grueling process for some chapters, but here we are. I would like to acknowledge our Grand Pole Mark, Brother Reuben Shelton, and I would also like to acknowledge our National Guide Right Chairman, Brother Kevin Burnett. I believe, yes, we have our province pole marks that are here as well, and we would like to welcome them as well. I can't see good because of the lights, so forgive me on names. All right. At this time, I would like to invite someone from the mayor's office to come up to bring regards, to welcome everyone. Let's give him a round of applause.
All right, good evening, Kappa League. I know y'all can do better than that. Good evening, Kappa League. All right. My name's Adam Lane, and I have the privilege of serving as the treasurer for the city of St. Louis on behalf of our mayor, Mayor Tashara Jones, the first black female mayor of the city of St. Louis. I just want to welcome all of you to St. Louis and to the illustrious Harris-Stowe State University, because we always got to support our HBCUs. I always like to start with gratitude, so I want to start by thanking my good friend Ryan Wilson, who invited our office to come and welcome you all and give some words. So thank you to Ryan, and also opening up SLU to the Centennial. I want to thank our president, or the president of Harris-Stowe State University, for opening up this beautiful space to you all as well. I'm going to be brief. I just want to say that it's amazing. I'm just happy to be here, so thank you all for allowing me to be in this space. So I'm happy to be here. I started my career actually in education, and I will say that it is an amazing thing that the Kappas have done to create this, and it's an amazing thing to see all of you young men, young brothers in this space dedicated to something that's greater than you all. So there are hundreds of you in here, and I want to harp on the fact that you all come from different backgrounds, and the world may see you as one. The world may see you as the same, but you all are different, and you all are unique, and you know this. But the thing that, if only one thing unites you today, and that's the Kappa League, know that in being united in that space means that you have to push each other, you have to support each other, and the hundreds of you in this room, so that you can be greater again as a collective. And then the other thing that I want to stress is you all have the privilege, you all have the opportunity to be in this space, be connected to some amazing brothers in this room, be connected to even me. I'd love to talk to all of you. But there are a lot of other brothers who are not in this room, and they are your brothers as well. So as you grow, as you learn, as you excel both within the Kappa League and outside of these walls, make sure that you are continuing to reach out to those brothers, because unless we do this all together, the main objective and what we hope to accomplish as a vision does not get done. So I, again, will close there. I won't be long. I just wanted to say thank you again on behalf of the city of St. Louis. We appreciate you. We welcome you. And good luck on this amazing debate that's about to happen.
At this time, we'd like to bring to the microphone our Senior Vice Polemarch of the Southeastern Province, Brother Oscar Neely, who will do the invocation. Brother Neely.
Protocol has been established. I would just like to have the opportunity to go in meditation with each one of you. But before we go in meditation, I would like to just read God's word. You know, in the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2, it states, don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, so that you may prove what is good, well-pleasing, and perfect will of God. 1922, this grand fraternity granted a National Service Program a guide right. And here we stand, 100 years later, 2022, and the brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi still transforming and renewing of the minds of young men. The living God that we serve in 1922 is still the same God in 2022. So please join me, just a few seconds of meditation as we go to the Lord. Gracious Father, our everlasting God, let us continue to be prepared. I pray right now that the word of God would be deeply rooted in our hearts, so that we will always be ready to share it with anyone. May we, O Lord, continue to stand and do your will. On this particular night, as we celebrate 100 years, we give thanks to you, because it's you that has allowed us to be who we are. So we ask and we stand to bless these young men as they continue to inherit the mentor and mentees and the men of Kappa Alpha Psi. We pray for the ones that's going to come and debate, which is all winners, but we just ask you to bless them in a mighty way. And most of all, oh Lord, we ask you to bless the parents that has allowed us as men of Kappa Alpha Psi to work with them. So let us continue to fight a good fight. Let us continue to guide them in the right direction. And let us continue to be the great men of Kappa Alpha Psi. In your matchless name of your Son, Jesus the Christ, we stand right now. And I ask all of my brothers and sisters to join me by saying, amen.
All right, at this time, what you all been waiting for, I'm going to bring to the microphone your moderator for this evening, Mr. Kendrick Crawford.
Greetings, greetings. Welcome to the National Kappa Alpha Psi Debate, 100 years of success and achievement. Give these young men a hand of applause. They're gonna come out. We're gonna do great things today. So my name is Kendrick Crawford. I'm just gonna give you a little bit of insight for those of you who are not familiar with debate. So this is traditional debate today. We're gonna have the affirmative case, the negative case. They're gonna be 3 minutes apiece by both teams. 5 minutes apiece by both teams and a break. We're going to have an affirmative rebuttal and a negative rebuttal. We're going to have the negative closing remarks as well as the affirming closing remarks. And that's by both teams. So we're going to bring out both teams. Today we have Alexander Fairfax Alumni Chapter. They are the affirmative team. Y'all can do better than that. Give these guys a hand clap. All right, we have our negative team. This is Belleville O'Fallon. Belleville O'Fallon. So just a little more insight. So we've been doing this for about 2 years virtually. This is a program that was built to merely introduce debate to our young men in our Kappa League and Guy Right programs. It was successful. We thought that we should take it on the road at some point. COVID came into play. And we stayed virtual. But what virtual did is it gave each team from all the various provinces an opportunity to become stronger. So what we did this year, we said we're going to do a Final Four. Simple. Final Four is always big for basketball. Why can't we do it for debate? So today what you see is the result of a Final Four. These are our championship teams. Once again, Alexander Fairfax is going to be the affirmative team. And we have Belleville O'Fallon, who will be the negative team. We would like to honor our judges today. Judges, please stand. These judges are sacrificing their time today, and we really appreciate it. We have our official timekeeper / moderator, Brother Michael Edwards. You've seen Brother Scott as well. He's been in and out. Come back out one more time, Brother Scott. This is the visionary for our debate virtually from the Eastern Province. Let's give him a big hand. So the way this thing is going to work, the teams are familiar with the rules. We've gone over them. All times will start on me in terms of me introducing each phase. Brother Michael Edwards, being the timekeeper, will start the time. Once that time starts, each team will start presenting their case. The affirmative case goes first. The affirmative team will also do the last closing remarks. Do I have any questions from each team before we start our debate today? Okay. When we get to our questioning portion of the debate, I will hand the mics over. Whoever's answering the questions, you stay here at the podium to make sure that the audience can hear you clearly and that you're responding to the person asking the questions. All right? So before we start, I ask each of you to please take your cell phones, turn them off. Put them on vibrate, do not disturb, because we do not want to mess up the flow of this debate with it being a traditional debate. Once again, please take your phones and put them on mute. Judges, any questions before we start? All right. Affirmative case. Who's going to be presenting the opening affirmative case today? Please introduce yourself.
My name is Samson Boyd. I'm a rising sophomore at South County High School in Lorton, Virginia, and I'm representing Alexandria Fairfax Kappa League.
What will your topic be today?
Today we'll be arguing the affirmative of the topic. There's no significant difference between the education at HBCUs and the education at PWIs.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. So you have 5 minutes to present your opening case for the affirmative. Your time will start on me. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
I'm ready.
The affirmative case time starts now.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. First, I would like to say that HBCUs and PWIs are different as schools. They have different cultures and environments, and they are drastically different in terms of their history. But don't mistake that for these schools having a different and unequal education. I'm displeased that this argument continues to hold weight in this day and age. And I believe that it is absurd that people continue to believe that HBCUs and PWIs are better than the other and try to prove this by inputting differences where little, if any, at all exist. This is largely due to the racial disparities in these two schools. It would be insulting to graduates of both of these various institutions that have received degrees from these schools to say that you can't receive an equal education at PWIs and HBCUs. And we are here to argue the fact that there is no significant difference between these two educations. Now, to begin our argument, I would like to present to you two crucial points. First, HBCUs and PWIs are regionally accredited by the same organizations, meaning that they are held to the same standards when it comes to the quality of their facilities, the quality of their faculty, and the contents of their program. Secondly, degrees are a testament to the education received, and HBCU graduates and PWI graduates hold degrees of the same value, meaning that when someone receives an engineering degree from an HBCU, they are just as qualified in that area as a PWI graduate with that same engineering degree. Now, toward our first point, many notable HBCUs and PWIs are accredited by the same organizations or organizations of similar status. For example, this illustrious HBCU, whose facilities we are currently using, Harris-O State University, is accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. This is the same organization that accredits such PWIs as Ball State, Butler, and Purdue University, meaning that these schools are being held to the same standards when it comes to the qualification of the professors, the content of the curriculum and textbooks, and the overall quality of their programs. Please allow me to bring your attention to an article that was published by the Journal of Black Studies, the 43rd volume. This article is titled, "We Know Very Little, Accreditation in Historically Black Colleges and Universities." In this article, there is a description of a 1976 study that was done amongst the presidents of both PWIs and HBCUs on the benefits of accreditation. The results were that the heads of the HBCUs viewed accreditation more favorably than the heads of PWIs. This was because accreditation was most important to the image of the institution, the ability to receive federal and other aid, and the ability to recruit faculty. Since that time, HBCUs, through the accreditation process, have been able to do all of those to the same standards as PWIs. As we previously stated, degrees from HBCUs hold the same value as degrees from PWIs in the respective fields, meaning that graduates from both types of schools have similar qualifications for a particular job solely based on their education. A study supporting this argument is a 2021 report from LinkedIn that states, or that revealed, that hiring of graduates from HBCUs rarely differed from more than a few percentage points from the hiring of graduates from non-HBCUs. Again, a college degree is a testament to the education received, and this study showed that employers valued HBCU degrees and PWI degrees just the same.
1 minute.
Judges, in the end, the facts show that HBCUs and PWIs are held to the same standards to ensure that the quality of the faculty and the content of their curriculum are equal. The facts show that HBCUs and PWI degrees as a representation of graduates' education hold equal value. Judges, the facts show that when a student is deciding between colleges and it comes down to a PWI and an HBCU, they can rest assured that either choice will provide them with a valued degree and a solid education. I yield back the remainder of my time.
Thank you. We will now have questions from the negative side.
Hello, everybody. My name is Katie Cannon from the Belleville O'Fallon Kappa League, and I am asking questions for the affirmative here.
Time will start on the time moderator.
Okay.
Start.
Would you say your team did a fair amount of research on this topic, yes or no?
Yes, we have.
Can you name one HBCU Ivy League school?
No.
Does the student's psychological state impact their ability to obtain an education?
It does.
Do minorities make up the majority of the workforce, yes or no?
They do not.
Okay. Does endowment funding mean that there's more resources, that schools have the ability to provide more resources for their students, yes or no?
I can't fully speak on that topic.
Yes or no?
That is outside of the scope of this argument, and I haven't done research to speak on that topic. So.
In your argument, you acknowledge the fact that there are differences between PWIs and HBCUs, correct?
I acknowledge that they are different as schools. The education is equal, and that is shown in their equal value degrees.
Is education not part of school?
Education is what the school gives you, and the degrees is a testament to that.
Okay. Do schools have a ranking system?
They do.
And do you have any evidence proving that there are no significant differences for PWIs and HBCUs?
That isn't the topic. The topic is that there's no significant difference in their education. And yes, I do have evidence for that.
And you had a LinkedIn one, correct?
Yes, I did.
Can you describe the methodology for that?
The LinkedIn study.
1 minute.
The LinkedIn study, they revealed that hiring graduates from HBCUs rarely differed in few percentages from non-HBCUs hiring.
Okay, that's the evidence. What is the methodology? How do they carry that out?
They did research on the employers and who they employed.
Okay. You had a 1976 study.
Correct.
That's over 30 years ago, correct?
Yes, it is.
Do you think that study is out of date?
Time. Thank you. All right, moving along, we will now have our negative case. This will be a 5-minute presentation. Please again introduce yourself, and we will start on the moderator. Don't start until the audience gets quiet.
Okay.
All right, you have a total of 5 minutes to present your case.
Quiet, please. Quiet,
Mr.
please.
Timekeeper, are you ready? Your time starts now.
The differences between HBCUs and PWIs are black and white. Judges, let's talk about the elephant in the room. There's an age-old debate whether a HBCU is better than a PWI and vice versa. However, that is not the debate tonight. The debate is whether there are significant differences between the two, and we believe that there are, and those differences are black and white. Good morning, Judges Surratt Stage, Judge Harmon, and Judge Lee. My name is Kaden Cannon, and I, along with Evan Connor and Desmond Donaldson, are from the Belleville O'Fallon Alumni Chapter, Kappa League, representing the negative side in tonight's debate. Let's start with a few definitions. First, we define the word obtaining as the process of acquiring a college degree. Next, we define significant as important. So to restate the resolution from the negative side, there are important differences in the process of acquiring a college degree and attending an HBCU versus a PWI. Judges, let's briefly cover the burden analysis for a second. and why at the end of the round you'll be voting for the negative. The resolution calls for the affirmative team to show you that there are no significant differences and calls on the negative to identify those differences. If the affirmative fails, we win. When we show you those differences, we win. If not, we lose. Contention 1, student support and mental well-being. There is a significant difference between the number of students who feel supported, accepted, and mentored while obtaining an education at HBCUs versus PWIs. Focus Health performed a study involving all students of races at HBCUs and PWIs. The study revealed that 58% of HBCU grads felt supported by professors, while only 25% of PWI grads felt the same. It also showed that 43% of students at HBCU grads felt mentored, while 23% felt mentored at PWIs. These statistics show a contrast between students who feel mentored and supported through the process of obtaining an education at HBCU as compared to a PWI. In fact, there's a 32% difference. These are significant differences and have vast impacts on the students. According to Gallup, students are 3 times more likely to be engaged in work and 2 times higher to be excited about learning if they felt the professor supported or mentored them. Also, according to Gallup, the HBCU students are 2 times more likely to pursue their passions, which, according to the Erie Institute of Education, leads to higher graduation rates by 50%. Differences between the lifetime wages of college and high school graduates is $1 million, according to Focus Health. Contention 2, funding disparities. There is a significant disparity between the amount of funding between PWIs and HBCUs. For example, North Carolina A&T, the largest HBCU in the nation, has a little under 12,000 enrollments. And St. Louis University, the college literally right across the street from Harris Stowe, you can literally walk out and see it, has a little over 12,000 enrollments.
2 minutes.
According to the National Education Statistics, St. Louis University receives on average $1.5 billion in endowment funding, while North Carolina A&T only receives $157 million. This disparity is so clear across the board. The federal government has even stepped in and provided funding for HBCUs. According to Study Break, these numbers show a difference in opportunities, exposure, access, and various types of student life. Because of this additional money for PWI institutions, students have access to more facilities, resources, diversified and accredited academic programs, and scholarships, which affects the process of obtaining their degree. Contention 3, larger networks and workforce opportunities. The sheer size of a PWI and a HBCU creates vast differences in internships, job opportunities, and greater alumni network post-graduation. The biggest PWI, Texas A&M, has 70,000 enrollments, yet North Carolina A&T, as I said earlier, has 12,000. This means that during the process of acquiring a degree, PWIs have greater alumni networks and more connections in the workforce post-graduation that sets them up for internships during school and jobs after graduation.
1 minute.
We see this clearly with Ivy League schools, which are all PWIs. As comparison, let's take Cheney University of Pennsylvania, the oldest HBCU in the nation, and Harvard, the first ever college established in 1681, and compare obtaining an education from there. When applying for a job, a degree from Harvard and a degree from Cheney University of Pennsylvania is significantly different. Finally, given the diverse nature of PWIs to prepare students for the diverse nature of corporate America, PWIs give students access to more types of people and cultures from various walks of life at a larger scale. This ensures students do not have culture shock once entering the workforce. The corporate world Judges, it becomes overwhelming the amount of differences in students' overall support and mental well-being, funding, and campus culture, which is why you should vote for the negative in tonight's debate.
Thank you. All right, so we now have questions from the affirmative side. Introduce yourself. Your time will start on the moderator.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Zion Eldridge. I'm from the Alexandria Fairfax chapter of Kappa League. I will be doing the questioning period, and I will start when the judges give me a nod.
Go ahead and start, young man.
My first question is, how important is it to an employer if you apply from an HBCU or a PWI, and what are you citing and what are you using the measurement from?
The differences between an HBCU and a PWI is incredibly different. So first of all, like I said earlier, there's no Ivy League HBCU schools. Ivy Leagues are known for having prestigious education and a lot more resources for students and students and opportunities to gain a lot more knowledge than HBCUs. Not better knowledge, but the opportunity for more knowledge. And so when you compare an Ivy League to an HBCU, it is significantly different.
You just said HBCUs and Ivies have a not better knowledge, so wouldn't that be not a significant difference?
I said what? Sorry?
You said HBCUs and Ivies have not better knowledge. Not better knowledge would be a similar knowledge, which would be not a significant difference, correct?
No, HBCUs, Ivy Leagues are Ivy League schools. They are known. The global perception of Ivy League schools is that they're a lot better than HBCUs. So if a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, for example, has the opportunity for a Ivy League student graduate and a HBCU graduate, and they have an Ivy League degree and an HBCU degree.
2 minutes.
They are most likely going to choose the Ivy League degree based off the social perception.
So are you saying that Ivy Leagues are better than HBCUs?
I'm saying that the social perception is. I'm not saying that it's better. I'm just saying that the social perception is.
So regardless of the social perception, aren't you saying that there's no significant difference, just social perception?
No, in only the case of only that case of people of social perception.
Okay, what are the specific classes at HBCUs that are different from PWIs?
Oh, there's plenty. So like PWIs, since they have a lot more funding, they have the opportunity to have a lot more accredited academic programs, as said by the. Hang on, let me look real quick. They have a lot more
We can just skip that
academic
question,
programs.
that's fine.
No, wait. I want to answer the question, judges. Can I answer the question? Okay. So I'm sorry. Academic accredited programs are by
1 minute.
Focus Health. I'm sorry.
All right, these are yes/no questions. Are there PWIs where students do not feel supported?
PWIs to students.
It's a yes or no question.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't hear you. You're
Are
talking
there
pretty fast.
PWIs where students do not feel supported?
No, there's some students
It's a
there,
yes or
but
no question.
No.
Are there HBCUs where students do not feel supported?
Yes, there are.
So do both PWIs and HBCUs have students that do not feel supported?
Are you asking the same question?
Do both PWIs and HBCUs have students that do not feel supported?
No.
Time.
Thank you. So as we continue to move through the debate, please
Silence,
remember.
please.
Can I have silence, please?
Silence, please. Thank you.
Thank you. As we continue to move through the debate, both teams, remember, this is a scholarly debate. Let's keep it scholarly, okay? All right, we're going to go into our first breakout rooms with 3 minutes. The breakout rooms times will start once we get in the back and the door is closed, as we've stated. Good job.
Took him in deep water that time, huh?
Is it? Excuse me. Good evening. My name is Kevin Burnett. I'm the National Guide Right Chairman, and as we have these breaks for the debate, we're going to go through and present some National Guide Right Awards. And so for the first award, we are presenting a Role Model Sportsmanship Award. As we did through this debate tournament, We had one chapter that stood out, made some concessions, and did what was best for all Kappa Leaguers everywhere. And so I would like to ask for the St. Louis Alumni Kappa League advisor and president to come up and receive this award.
Good evening. Man, it feels good to see you guys in Zoom and not over email. Some of you know what that's a joke. My name is Dawood Hasib on the National Executive Team for Guy Wright. I'm here to present the National Social Action Community Service Award. We had many chapters that participated, but only one winner. This organization or this program titles was Operation Food Search. They raised $2,000. The members were Benjamin McCall, Jaden Jones-Brown, Mawadu Diallo, their advisor Herman Harris, St. Louis Kappa League. Please come up.
Welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. All righty, welcome back to our National Kappa League debate, 100 years of excellence, our Centennial. This is the greatest show in St. Louis right now. Let's go, let's go. All right, judges, are you ready? Alexander Fairfax, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Belleville Fallon, are you ready? All right, we will have our affirmative rebuttal. Please introduce yourself.
Good evening. My name is Aiden Laster. I'm a rising senior at Flint Hill High School in Oakton, Virginia, and I represent the Alexandria Fairfax Kappa League.
Thank you. You have a total of 5 minutes to present. Your time will start on me. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your time starts now.
First, I want to begin with our opponent saying that the only significant difference between an HBCU and a PWI or Ivy League is the social perception, which has nothing to do with the education, and is insulting to say that a PWI or Ivy League is significantly better because of that. It's clear that our opponents would like you to believe that this argument is about the factors that lead into a successful matriculation at a HBCU. But as we've stated, a degree is a physical representation that a person received while seeking that degree. That's what this argument is about. The value of a degree from an HBCU versus the value of a degree from a PWI. And the accreditation process is in place to protect and standardize the values of degrees across accredited organizations. Our colleagues on the other side of this argument may try to highlight differences in numbers that may seem overwhelming or significantly different. But please understand that there are only 107 HBCUs, while there are over 5,800 PWIs, which means HBCUs represent only 1.8% of America's colleges and universities. That also means it's not fair to compare Ivy Leagues like Yale and Stanford, not Stanford, but Harvard, with lower level HBCUs. The argument is, to summarize, what you're able to do with your education and what you obtain it from an HBCU or a PWI. And our assertion is you can do whatever you want. Your degree from an HBCU is every bit as enabling as a degree from a PWI. We've shown this. About 20% of total black graduates attended an HBCU. Do you know what percentage is largely similar to that same statistic? Almost 20% of black Harvard law students attended an HBCU. If the rate of total African American students attending and graduating at HBCU is about the same percentage of black HBCU students attending Harvard Law, there is absolutely no significant difference in black students who move on to a higher elite level of education regardless of attending an HBCU or a PWI. This should serve as definitive proof that an education from an HBCU is the same as that of a PWI. Who among us believes that Harvard Law has a habit of accepting underprepared applicants? It just doesn't happen. But let's not stop there. Let's take a look at where the nation's medical students are coming from. According to a report from the Journal of Blacks in Higher Education, there were 6,188 black students enrolled in med school in 2018. The report goes on to say that in that same year, Spelman College was the 6th highest school in the nation, accounting for applicants to med school. Now, before our opponents get excited in having you believe that an HBCU being a top 6 feeder to med school is a significant accomplishment, which it surely is, our point is that while Spelman may have a secret sauce in encouraging young black women to seek medical degrees, once they graduate from Spelman, these black women are as equally educated and prepared to achieve medical degrees as any other pre-med student, and the numbers prove that.
2 minutes.
HBCU culture and PWI culture are undoubtedly different. But this culture that may enhance one's experience is entirely different from the education being obtained. If the disparity in culture truly led to a significant difference in education, HBCU graduation rates would be much higher than that of black PWI students, and they simply are not. From a strictly educational standpoint, your HBCU degree is just as valid and worthy as a PWI degree, and vice versa. In terms of education, we are far past the point of contrasting the two types of schools. It should be an undebatable fact that you can receive an education of equal caliber from either type of school.
1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and I yield the remainder of my time.
Thank you. All right, so we'll have our next break. It will be a total of 3 minutes, and after that, we'll have our negative rebuttal by Belleville O'Fallon Alumni Chapter. We're going to head back, guys, for our next break.
If you all would, as a reminder, make sure that your phones are on silent, vibrate, or do not disturb. They're getting a feedback in the back. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Douglas Scarver. I'm the Vice Chairman of the National Guide Right Committee, and I'm here to present the award named after the father of the Guide Right movement, the Leon W. Stewart Award. This award is for the most outstanding Kappa Leaguer Guide Right program member. The recipients of this award have been evaluated against several criteria, including grade point average, their extracurricular activities, their involvement in the Guide Right program, an essay, and a video introducing themselves and what achievement means to them. The award that they'll be receiving tonight will include a scholarship that's sponsored by Geico. So without further ado, I'm going to call to the mic to present the places is Brother Drayon Glenn, the Southwestern Province Guide Right Director from the Arlington, Grand Prairie, Texas Alumni Chapter.
Good evening. I'm here to present the Leon Stewart Award. In third place, we have Mr. Kendall Rucker from Nashville Kappa League. Mr. Rucker will also receive a $1,000 Geico scholarship. In second place, Mr. Jerron Perry from Southfield Kappa League. Mr. Perry will receive a $1,500 Geico scholarship. And in first place, we have Mr. Corbin Ferguson from Greenville, South Carolina Kappa League. Mr. Ferguson will receive a $2,500 scholarship from Geico.
Welcome back, welcome back. We will now have our negative rebuttal. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Evan Connor of the Belleville Fallon Alumni Chapter.
You will have a total of 5 minutes to present your negative rebuttal. Your time will start on me and only me. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your time starts now.
Your Honors, this difference between HBCUs and PWIs are black and white. Good evening. My name is Evan Connor, and I, along with my team, argue the negative case. Your Honors, the resolution places a high burden upon the affirmative to prove that no significant differences exist between the two, meaning that if we prove any differences exist that are significant, we win this debate. I remind you, we define obtaining an education as every aspect involved within their navigation of college life leading up to their diploma. Now, we are purely stating that significant differences exist between the two. We are not saying that one is better than the other. Hence why we hold no value for today's debate, for the statistics speak for themselves. And as previously stated by my partner Caden, the proof falls under student overall support and mental well-being, funding and finances, and larger networks and workforce opportunities. Now I'll speak on those points shortly, but I would like to speak on our opponent's position first. First of all, judges, I would like to remind you that they only had 2 points. Their points were that they were held to the same standard and that their degrees are the same. But I will mention that though those stats they mentioned, they failed to provide methodology before them, diminishing the credibility of those statistics. I would also mention that they conceded how the two have different cultures, environments, and etc., yet failed to acknowledge the impact of those factors, and I will talk about those in our case. Our first contention was student overall support and mental well-being. A study between HBCUs and PWIs presented earlier by Caden highlighted a 33% difference when asked if their professors cared about them, and a 19% difference when asked if they had a mentor aiding them. These differences were in favor of the HBCUs. A student-teacher relationship is very indicative of how one's educational route could proceed. Caden also pointed out how students are 3 times more likely to be engaged in work and 2 times higher to be excited about learning if they felt a professor supported them or mentored them, as well as how HBCU students are 2 times more likely to pursue their passions post-graduation. But the research failed to provide the same results in favor of PWIs. Without having a support system with you, it can lead to a student feeling as if their accomplishments lack any purpose, leaving them more likely to give up on their aspirations, which can result in said student having a much poorer quality of life in comparison to someone who had this support system. And with a lifetime difference of $1 million between high school and college grads, it matters. And I would also remind you that the affirmative conceded this upon questioning. Our second contention was funding and finances. More so, the clear discrepancies between HBCUs and PWIs. The disparity was shown in our opening case. North Carolina A&T and St. Louis University, across the street I might add, holding only a difference of around 2,000 enrollees, yet have around a $1.4 billion difference in favor of the PWI. These disparities are so real that the government has stepped in, creating the Future Act, in hopes to keep HBCUs on equal playing fields as PWIs. Creating the Future Act, but with more funds comes more opportunities for students, allowing for better facilities, such as better labs for science classes, or even better cooking equipment in culinary classes. While HBCUs have shown to struggle in aspects such as upgrading their campuses, updating research programs, or even providing essential materials, this lack of funding puts HBCUs at a clear disadvantage in comparison to PWIs when it comes to resources they are able to provide to their students in preparation for their life post-college. I might also add that the affirmative failed to even mention this point upon questioning or in the rebuttal. Our third contention was larger networks and workforce opportunities. When we compared the largest PWI, Texas A&M, to the largest HBCU, North Carolina A&T, there remained a difference of around 68,000 enrollees. This is but one example of a large issue. And with their large size, alongside with their higher funds, they draw on people from many different walks of life, with the vast options they provide. And a much heavier weight is placed upon when you say you have a degree from Harvard, the oldest PWI, than when you say the oldest HBCU, Cheney.
1 minute.
If no differences exist, employers wouldn't hold degrees from place to place at a different standard. If no differences exist, employers would hold all degrees to the same standards, but they don't. In Ivy League, consisting of all PWIs, I might add, would not exist if they were all the same. This ranking system would not exist if they were all the same, but they do. PWIs provide greater alumni networks and connection in the workforce, as well as degrees held to higher regards. This makes the job search process much easier for grads, as well as getting them better accustomed to the diverse workforce and preventing culture shock, which could cause them to falter in performance physically, mentally, and spiritually. I would also like to add that the affirmative conceded this point upon questioning. Your Honors, for all the previously stated points, reasons, and explanations, you should vote in favor of the negative. Thank you, and with that, I yield the rest of my time.
Thank you. We will now move to our last breakout of 5 minutes. We're going to ask both teams to head back. Last breakout, 5 minutes. So while this breakout is happening, I would like to acknowledge some of the Kappa leaguers that are here that were a part of our virtual debates. Detroit Alumni Chapter. Detroit Alumni Chapter, please stand. Decatur, please stand. Are there any other teams here that I'm not mentioning at this point? If so, please stand to make yourself known. New Brunswick, please stand. Please, Washington, D.C., please stand. White Plains, please stand. Dallas. This is what it's about, people. We have young men putting their time and efforts into debate. This is scholar achievement at the highest level. Please give them a round of applause. I need energy. Give me some energy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. So as we move into this last phase of the debate, please get your energy up, get your levels up. This is going to be a great last round.
Real quick, I stand before you to bring forward for some remarks Kimberly Ann Collins, who is the state representative for the 77th district, and she's also she's the daughter of our president here at Harris Stowe State University. So she's doing great things for our community, in our community, just like her mom is. State representative.
What time is it? Good evening. Good afternoon, good evening. I haven't been looking at my clock all day because I've been so busy, but I am State Representative Kimberly Ann Collins, and I wholeheartedly, proudly, and unapologetically, passionately represent the entire city of St. Louis, I like to say. But I do represent the 77 district, which is a representation of a bulk of different neighborhoods. Legislatively, that's what I represent on paper, but my heart is with the entire city and the state of Missouri. So on behalf of the 77 district, on behalf of the entire city of St. Louis and the state of Missouri, I do welcome you. Everyone who is from different states, cities, wherever you are from, I think that this is amazing what you all are doing. This is actually my first debate. Sitting and watching and learning how educated you all are, learning how educated these young men are up on the stage is very inspiring. So keep doing what you're doing, and please make sure that you stay in school, graduate, and know that no matter how far the distance is, my office stands ready to support you in whatever way that I can support you. Thank you.
All right, all right. So for those of you who don't know what's on the line, I'm gonna give you all some insight here. We have $10,000 on the line today for the winning team. Our second place team will not go home empty-handed. They will receive $1,000 as well, $10,000 to this chapter. That's what's on the line, folks. That's what's on the line. Is the brother from Wally College here today that's over the debate team, by chance? So how's everybody feeling about the debate? What do you guys think? There's so many opportunities. I think being here at Harris-Stowe State, such a privilege. This is a premier college, HBCU and university. I mentioned Wally College just now. They have a debate team where they're giving full ride scholarships to our young men. They are targeting Kappa Leaguers. So Kappa Leaguers, let's start debating. If you have any knowledge, if you don't have knowledge, if you want to debate, talk to your Guide Ride chairman. They will get in contact with the committee and we'll make it happen. So once again, thank y'all for attending. This is a great event, and we're excited for the ending, so thank you.
Hello, brothers. How you doing? I would like to take a moment to pause. My name is Gary Carter, representing Alpharetta Smyrna Alumni Corporation, Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated. ET style, baby. Okay, I need to take a minute out. This is being broadcasted live on Facebook TV. Take 60 seconds, go to Kappa League TV, press the share, and share it to your Facebook or Instagram account. If we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, this is the time to do it now. Thank you.
All right, we're back. Kappa League TV, let's subscribe. This gives our kids scholarships and opportunities. Let's do it. All right, this is the end of our debate. Let's get some energy. Let's give these young men a round of applause. Let's go. This is it. This is the final. Once again, in our closing, we have Alexander Fairfax Alumni Chapter, which is the affirmative side. We have Belleville O'Fallon, which is the negative side. We're going to go into our negative closing remarks first, then we'll have our affirmative closing remarks. You're going to have 3 minutes to present your closing remarks. Please introduce yourself.
Can I do a mic check real quick? Mic check, okay. My name is Desmond Donaldson. I'm 16 years old, and I'm representing the Belleville O'Fallon Alumni Chapter.
You have a total of 3 minutes to present your case. Your time will start on me. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your time starts now.
The differences between HBCUs and PWIs are black and white. Good evening, judges. My name is Desmond Donaldson, and here's why you should vote for the negative side and why there is significant differences in the process of obtaining an education in an HBCU than a PWI. Remind you, our job isn't here to place which one is better. Our resolution is to determine if there are significant differences, and this is what makes us win in today's debate. First, I want to go back to the statistics from contingent 1 provided by my partner, Caden. There is a 32% difference through the process of obtaining an education at an HBCU as compared to a PWI, which is a significant difference. Secondly, another significant difference between HBCUs and PWIs is the funding. An article according to National Education even states St. Louis University receives $1.5 billion in endowment funding, while North Carolina A&T only receives $157 million. The significant amount of funding clearly puts HBCUs at a disadvantage. Judges, if there wasn't a significant difference between PWIs and HBCUs, there will never be a huge funding difference between those two universities.
2 minutes.
Judges, we can step outside right now and compare the size difference between St. Louis University and Harris Stowe, and the size difference will compare to a regular-sized human to a giant. Now, what does this impact? More means more funding, more facilities, more teachers, more tech, and more resources. If there wasn't a significant difference, the government wouldn't have to fund HBCUs like they are currently doing. Let's not forget, PWIs had a 200-year head start providing degree-level education. Going back to my partner, Evan, stated, research failed to show that PWI students are 3 times more likely to be engaged in work and 2 times more likely to pursue their passion than HBCU students. This is important because studies have shown how students who were able to form bonds and connections with their teachers have better success overall. Coming back to my partner, Evan, without having a support system there with you, aiding you along the way as you try through your goals, it can lead to a student feeling as if their accomplishments lack any purpose.
1 minute.
Leaving them more likely to give up on their aspirations, which in result can set having the student having a much poorer quality in life comparison to someone who had the support system. Coming back to my partner, Katie, according to a study by Focus Health, 58% of HBCU grads feel like their professors supported them, only 25% for the PWI said the same. This matters because these percentages don't match up with a 58 to 25% ratio, a big significant difference. Previously stated by my partner, Caden, a degree from Chinley University of Pennsylvania, the oldest HBCU in the world, compared to Harvard University, is significantly different. Judges, tonight the only way the affirmatives win is if they show absolutely 0 differences. They conceded 4 of our questions during cross-examination. Me and my partners, Caden Cannon, Evan Connor, and I, of course, have shown statistics, percentages, lack of funding to why there are significant differences between obtaining an education from an HBCU than a PWI. The differences are black and white.
Thank you. We'll now have our affirmative closing remarks. We have a total of 3 minutes. Please introduce yourself.
Good evening. I am Caleb Rucker. I am a rising junior at West Springfield High School in Springfield, Virginia, and I represent the Alexandria Fairfax Kappa League.
You have a total of 3 minutes to present your statement. Mr. Timekeeper, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Your time starts now.
Howard is the home of politicians, Morehouse the home of scholars, educators, and MLK. Are you to believe that the education of MLK, Oprah, and Jesse Jackson are less because they didn't go to Yale? I didn't think so. So far, we have proven that HBCUs send their students to the same graduate schools and careers that PWIs do. Those that believe differently than what we are arguing must believe one or two cases. The first case is that an HBCU education is significantly better than a PWI. And while I'd like to believe that, speaking strictly of the education, if that were the case, there'd be numerous case studies out there to find out how an HBCU is cramming more medical knowledge into its pre-med students. There were not such case studies, and our opponents didn't know any either. The second case is that an HBCU education is significantly less than that of a PWI. Again, we've proven that HBCUs are indeed sending significant amounts of students to these med schools and law schools. So if the HBCU students were less prepared, then the graduate schools must be accepting them out of the goodness of their heart or to fill some quota.
2 minutes.
To fill some quota. That sounds a lot like the argument made by those who are uneducated on the topic used to oppose affirmative action. You see, those that don't know believe that affirmative action gives black people some sort of gift by forcing schools to accept unqualified minority applicants. That's not it at all. Affirmative action is in place to level set the playing field for all qualified applicants. Earlier in our argument, my colleague opened by telling you that he was displeased to be arguing this topic. What he meant was that this argument is as absurd as suggesting that black lawyers are not as good as Jewish lawyers, or that black doctors are not as good as Asian doctors, and the list goes on. When is it going to stop? When are we going to stop devaluating the services, especially of a professional, based solely on skin color? And I'm speaking just of the black people that do this. You see, the reason that we're having this argument today is because of just that. The devaluation of a service or service provider based solely on the color of that provider's skin. And black people believe this. It's inherent, it's built in, and we've got to stop that way of thinking. When history looks back and tells the real story, the moral will go something like this. Whether you aspire to become President of the United States or Vice President of the United States, Columbia University will get you there just like Howard University will get you there. And with that, we would like to rest our case. But before we yield any remaining time, we would like to thank our moderator and our esteemed judges for volunteering their time. Mr. Moderator, I yield back the remainder of my time.
Thank you. That concludes our debate. Round of applause, people. Round of applause for both of these great teams.
Y'all stand. Y'all stand. Y'all stand. Shake hands.
You've just witnessed debate at the highest level, the pinnacle of debate. Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, guide-writing Kappa League, 100 years. Thank you, thank you.
I'd like to say good evening. My name is Samuel Boyd from the St. Louis Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Also a member of the National Guide Right Executive Committee. I have with me Brother Oscar Neely, the Southeastern Province Senior Vice Polemarch, also a member of the National Guide Right Committee. And we had the dubious honor today to announce the J. Crosby Award. And the J. Crosby Award is named in honor of an Elder Watson Diggs laureate. He served as founder and mentor of the Dayton Kappa League program. And so, at this time, Brother Neely.
We will start with the third place recipients of the Grand Chapter J. Crosby Award. In third place for the small chapters is Everton Alumni Chapter. Everton, yeah. For the large recipient, for third place, it goes to Lawrenceville DeLuke Alumni Chapter. Second place for small chapter, it goes to Thomasville Alumni Chapter. For the medium category in the J. Crosby Award, second place goes to Brooklyn Long Island alumni. There we go. For the large chapter, second place for the J. Crosby Award goes to St. Louis alumni. Getting your steps in, man. And first place category for the small chapter for the J. Crosby Award goes to New Brunswick Alumni Chapter. For the medium category, first place, J. Crosby Award, Grand Chapter goes to Kanya Coverton alumni, medium chapter. Congratulations. That's what I'm talking about. And first place for the large category for the Grand Chapter J. Crosby Award, I almost said St. Louis, but it's San Antonio Alumni Chapter. Can we once again give a hand to all the recipients of the Grand Chapter National Guide Right awardees? And as we leave the dais, we would like to bring JJ, better known as Brother Jones. I don't see him. He may start running in a few minutes to the podium. Oh, there you go. There you go. He's not running. He's walking today.
Hey, everybody. Did any of you all see the movie The Great Debaters? Yes. It is really hitting me that it doesn't matter who the winner is. If this is what our program is putting forward, then Kappa Alpha Psi has already won tonight. The future of the African American community is winning tonight because that narrative of young men with their pants sagging and hoodies all around their necks being disruptive, that narrative is disrupted by these young men, right? Give these young men a hand for setting a new tone for behavior for African American young men. Give them a hand for that. All of you advisors that brought these young men here, they have represented you this weekend. Your morals, your values, your worth, your time, every minute you put into these young men, they have represented you this weekend. If you are a mother or a father of these young men, they have represented your family this weekend. With pride, they have represented. I am very impressed, not only with what I see on stage, but with what I've seen this entire weekend. Now, real quickly here, I want to go over some housekeeping for tonight. The gaming championships, the final round of gaming championships is tonight. It's going to start right after this event. So please come over if you're a gamer. There will also be free gaming as well as tournament gaming. So come over and enjoy yourselves. And toward the end of that, right around 9 o'clock, we're bringing in 70 pizzas. So we want you guys to come over. We got sodas, we got ice, we got pizza, we got games. I think we still gonna have podcasting. It's going to be a party tonight to celebrate our gaming championships and our debate champions. We're going to celebrate them tonight. Let's give them another hand. Okay. Should not have done that. Okay. All right. So, all you young men, every one of you went through there and you took a 360-degree picture and it got sent to your phone, right? Where'd the picture go? How many of you got a picture on your phone? Raise your hand. Okay. So we are going to post those pictures. We're going to get hold of those pictures. I want every one of you to post your 360 with our hashtags. Hashtag Kappa League TV, hashtag GR100, hashtag Road to the Lou with the number 2. All right? Gentlemen, all right? All right. Okay. And Billy, did you have anything to tell us about the social media people?
All done?
Okay. You have the winners? Well, hurry up, man. I know you're tired. Move them feet. We can't hear you over there, and we can't see you over there. You got to come over here.
Okay, thank you. First, thank you for everyone participating so far. We have more than 100 posts, and they're starting to even pick up more, so please keep it up. But the tally was determined at 4 o'clock today. So from yesterday, the winner was Mansfield Cedar Hill. So we have a $25 gift card. They made some incredible compilation videos. And also the overall winner is the Belleville O'Fallon chapter. If you followed their stories, they really captured the whole weekend, so thank you.
All right. Why don't you hand them their cards right over there? And you guys can come over and see Billy right over at the side of the stage and get your gift cards. All right, please remember, brothers that were in the meeting today, we're going to be interviewing you outside after the debate championships. Now, for the Kappa League TV Awards. First off, I want to acknowledge Brother Ryan Wilson. Brother Wilson is sitting right back there. Can you step out into the light, Brother Wilson, so everybody can see you? No, step to your right, to your left, into the light. Everybody, I want you to give this brother a hand. And Brother Kel Ward. Please step up there at Kel Ward, where we can see you. There's Brother Kel Ward right down here. These gentlemen made these facilities possible for this to happen. We owe you a tremendous debt of gratitude. Now, everybody have a seat. Last night we had winners of our gaming competitions, NBA 2K, Fortnite, and Smash Brothers. Can you please stand up? Where are our winners at? Give our winners a hand. And I want to share with you the winner of our NBA 2K competition. I got them a Steph Curry jersey. The jersey was too small for the brother. Let me tell you something about this young man. This young man did not come to me to complain that his jersey was too small. He called his niece and he gave it to her. And where are you at, young man? Is that you right over there? Where are you at? My NBA 2K winner. Where's my 2K winner? Raise your hand. Where you at? Come down here. I want to acknowledge your heart, because sometimes winning is not just about winning. Winning is about having a heart when you do it. So come on over here. I know you gave this to your cousin, so I want to give you 2 Amazon gift cards, and I want you to go out and do your thing.
Thank you.
All right. So now I want to do a couple of awards. You all have been enjoying Kappa League TV, correct? Okay, so I get all the FaceTime, but it's some other brothers that are doing a lot of the work, and they don't get the recognition they deserve. I want to call up here right now Brother Mark Havner and Brother David Smothers, who couldn't be here. David Smothers, Mark and David are responsible for the gaming situation getting up on its feet. And I talked to them. It started, they were doing it in Sacramento, and they came and then they helped me do a Western Province gaming thing that turned into the National Virtual Gaming Championships that turned into what you guys are doing tonight. Please give Mark Havner and David Smothers a round of applause. There you go, bro. Thank you. Thank you. And now, you guys, you have seen all over pictures being taken, interviews being done, carpets being laid, backdrops being set up, and you guys have enjoyed all of this media, and it's all being done mostly by one person. And that is the person that when you look up at Kappa League TV and you see our newsroom set up with our anchor man taking you to another place, that was my idea, but I didn't know how to do it. And this brother sent me a video one day that was what I was dreaming of. I didn't know how to do it, and he just sat up and did it, sent it to me, and it became the Kappa League TV News. And some of those young men are here today, but the man that I want to honor today is Brother Damon Peebles. Brother Peebles is tireless. I know because he's running around here right now, and I know how tired he is, and he ain't acting like it. Y'all give him a big hand. Everybody stand up, stand up. And now for our final award. How you doing, Noop? You? We all right? Okay. So now listen, Kevin Burnett believes in timeliness. I have showed up at 7:10 for a 7 o'clock meeting and it was over. I said, what happened? He said, you missed it. So we'll keep it rolling. But I do want to show a video. And I want to show a video because we get submissions from chapters all over the country. And the quality of Kappa League TV video, the quality, as you saw, is rising. It's getting to be broadcast quality video. And that's because brothers and Kappa Leaguers all over the country have taken the challenge to take it up to the next level. Well, this chapter, 2 years running really, but this year especially, they took it to the next level. Who do y'all think it is? Who? 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 Let's see who wins the video of the year.
And I can put you in. I can see the whole city from this balcony. Back in 2019, I was outside freely, but now they got it out for me. I don't care what frat you was in, you can't out for me. Keep dreaming, pineapple juice, I give a sweet. I know what they like, so I just keep cheesing. Hard drive full of heat seeking. Trying to come the same day as Jack, rethinking. You don't need Givenchy, you need Jesus. Why do y'all sleep on me? I need reasons. I got plex in the mail peak season. Shout out to my UPS workers, making sure I receive it. You could do it too, believe it. I've been throw up the X in a.
And in the fall, I'll be attending Arizona Christian University. Kappa League, to me, is a brotherhood. It's an organization that keeps you out of trouble. Most definitely kept me out of trouble, kept me out the streets. You know, it gave me a more positive outlook on my life, and it actually changed my life for the better. I want to give a big shout out to my mom for even putting me in this program, and even, you know, taking a chance on me, and even Kappa League taking a chance on me. Yeah, big shout out to my mom. She was with me through everything, ups and downs. And also a big shout out to Kappa League, man.
My name is James Martinez. I'll be attending Broward College for the fall semester, and I'll be studying sports management. Kappa League means a lot to not just me, but to my family as well. Kappa League has made me strive to be a better person, son, and brother. All the meetings we've participated in have talked about improving lives of us young men and making a positive impact within our community. It's a second family to me. I've been in Kappa League for 3 years, and they have cared about me all this way and have accepted me with open arms. I'd like to thank my mother, father, and brother for putting me into a great organization such as this one. Kappa League means positive mentorship, positive community impact, and striving to the best version of myself through personal and academic achievement.
Hi, my name is Justin Lewis, and I will be attending Louisiana State University, aka LSU, this fall, and I will be majoring in sociology, criminology. What Kappa League means to me is brotherhood. This program has taught me many life skills such as being responsible and a man that could change the world. I would like to thank my mom for always being there for me and going out her way to make sure I have what she does. And I would also like to thank my sister for being a sibling you can always talk to and do things with, and always have my back and make sure I am doing good.
Hello, my name is Isaiah Martin. I'm going to Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University. Kappa League is a brotherhood with young men my age that I feel comfortable with. Kappa League has taught me how to step out of my comfort zone and leadership skills. I want to thank all the Kappa League leaders for all they've done for me throughout all these years. I want to thank both of my parents for always supporting me and always believing in me.
My name is Dejon Burks, and I will be attending Broward College in the fall. I will be specializing in EMT and firefighting. And to me, Kappa League is a brotherhood. Sticking together with the people we know, becoming closer together basically with the activities that we had going on this year, during all the years. And I like to thank my parents for putting me in this because I really enjoyed it. Like, it was fun to me. One of my favorite activities that my mom put me in, I'm not gonna go lie.
My name is Miles Redding, and I've been a part of Kappa League since 7th grade. Being a part of the organization has been both educational and incredible. In addition, I have gained lifelong friends and developed lifelong friendships. I plan to begin my path to the world of adulthood at Broward College, where I plan to set my sights on legal studies. I would like to thank my parents, Brian, Gaynor, Redding, my sister Jordan, and my grandma for always supporting me and never leaving me.
I am Ethan Dubose. I will be attending Delaware State University and majoring in aviation and aeronautical science. Kappa League to me means a brotherhood, great experiences, networking, and really just a community. I'd like to thank my father, my mother, my grandma, aunts, uncles, basically my entire village. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sebastian Pierre Jerome, and I'll be attending the University of North Florida in the fall, and I'll be studying business management. Kappa League means a lot to me. It has taught me a lot over these past couple years. It's taught me leadership, and I've grown closer with my fellow Kappa Leaguers and my mentors, and I'm thankful for that. And to my parents, I want to thank you for pushing me every step of the way and keeping me level-headed. And this is only the beginning of the journey. I love you guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hand to the winners of the Video of the Year Award, Fort Lauderdale Kappa League. Fort Lauderdale. Nah, there's a Noop here. Here we go. Come on, Noop. Moving like you older than Dick Gregory. Everybody, give a big hand to Fort Lauderdale Kappa League, Video of the Year. Get up. Hey, everybody. Also, thank you, Noop. Noop, we can look up Get Up on YouTube. Okay, and what's your YouTube channel? Mr. Large. Mr. Hodge. Okay, listen up, y'all. He's got a video on his channel, YouTube channel, Mr. Hodge. We're gonna start carrying some of Mr. Hodge's stuff because it was so fly. I stopped what I was doing today to sit down and watch your video and didn't get some stuff right. It's your fault. Mr. Hodge is gonna be with us. It's fantastic. If you get a chance, go to Mr. Hodge on YouTube and type in Get Up and see what this brother is putting down. Were any Kappa Leaguers in there? What you say? All right, that's it. I'm gonna give you back to Kevin Burnett. Thank you very much.
I would ask Brother Kel Ward if you come up and give the results from our community service project.
Okay, if I can have your attention. I know we're enjoying conversation, but I need your attention. Brother Grand Pole Mark, Providence Pole Marks, God-Right directors, mentors, Kappa Leaguers, family and friends, I stand before you to share some results of your community service project. I want you all to know, Kappa Leaguers, because of your efforts, I want you all to know that you all packed over 600 of these bags that went to 5 organizations here in St. Louis. Give it up. But I also want you all to know that all of those items came to a total of over $30,000. I know y'all can do better than that. Over $30,000. Items that are going to 5 organizations here in St. Louis. So again, we appreciate your efforts, so I'll give it up to you again. Come on, y'all got to make some noise for this. I want you to know when those 5 organizations came to pick up these bags, they were so ecstatic. I mean, some of them were so appreciative because some of them have been trying to get items for their clients, and they said that this was a godsend. So again, I can't say it enough, can't thank you enough. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Besides the gaming competition this week, we had a hotly contested math competition. Washington, D.C., Kappa League, stand up and get acknowledged for the winners. We had a swag creation competition. St. Louis Kappa League, stand up and be acknowledged. We had 3-on-3 basketball. Hampton Newport News, stand up and be acknowledged. And lastly, it gives me great pleasure to bring our Poetry Slam winner, Kappa Leaguer Isaac Mack from Ann Arbor. I won't say the rest of it, I'll mess it up. Come on, Isaac.
All right, so this is a poem titled For Boys Like Me, and yeah, I hope you guys like it. All right. I grew up astounded by the allowance of my counterparts and how their mamas always let them stay out way past after dark. A stark contrast of what my mother asked of me: where you at, who you with, and please just keep the house clean. I used to think that it was strict, and looking back on it, I mean it was, but I can't blame my mother for her actions, because I remember when Mr. Arbery got shot, she wouldn't let me leave out the house to jog the block. I said, "Mama, stop. You acting paranoid. Just because of one don't mean they gunning for every black boy. I mean, yeah, there's Tamir, Trey, Jordan, and Floyd, but someone must have done something for it to get to that point." Fast forward, I'm 16, driving down the street trying to get something to drink. You know, it's hot outside and we didn't really have an AC. But did I mention it's 10 at night when you really can't see, especially because the headlights didn't get turned on by me, and out the blue come these lights with red flashes in between. I pull over with the hopes that by someone I'm being seen to set the scene, a white male approaching the black teen. Without thinking, I reach over the seat to grab my ID. My mind completely set to run this race on other things. Like, did I get pulled over to meet quota, or the quarter zip my friend may have left when he had come over, or something more serious I did that I don't yet know of? And moving forward, how in the world my mama gonna afford to give me a good lawyer? He said, "Hold up, and please, sir, don't fidget. With the lights off, it kind of just blurred my vision. This a high crime area that you live in. We're looking for a suspect connected with persons missing, and getting closer, you don't seem to quite fit the description. And tonight, I don't feel like writing up a ticket. I'll let you off with a warning. Just fix it. And don't do anything to make me pay another visit. So while for many, joy is rainbows, ice cream, and a peach, for boys like me, it's surviving being policed." Thank you guys so much.
That was truly spectacular. Give him another round of applause, please. Next we have a special presentation from Brother William Bryant with the Boy Scouts of America.
Good evening. With protocol have been set, I'm William Bryant, the Scout Executive of the Mobile Area Council Boy Scouts of America. In 2017, I worked at the national office, and we started a new partnership with the fraternity and Boy Scouts of America. In part, we would like to recognize the National Guide Right Program. Brother Burnett. Dr. Whitney M. Young, in 1960, spoke at one of our national meetings. If it wasn't for Dr. Whitney M. Young, you would not see diversity in scouting. If you were a former scout, a scout leader, or Eagle Scout, or volunteer, please stand. So with that said, in memory of the works of the Whitney M. Young Jr., this award, which is a national award, and it's the only award named after an African-American man. This award is presented to the National Guide Right Program, Kappa Psi Fraternity Incorporated, for unselfish service to youth of America. Dr. Young said, "Scouting's greatest challenge, the unfinished task of making real dreams of justice and equality for all, calls us, that task beckons with the fingers of urgency of involvement in our community." So on behalf of the Boy Scouts of America, we present the National Whitney and Young Award to the National Guide Right Program.
I serve as National Guide Right Chairman. It's time I want to recognize and celebrate those who came before me, who set the stage, whose shoulders I stand on, who have made this Guide Right program what it is today. I want to start off with Brother Larry McGee Jr., who was the National Guide Right co-chairman. Brother McGee, please come up.
Good evening. Once again, I'm Larry McGee Jr., past National Guide Right co-chairman, where I served with the late brother Eugene D. Anderson. Where do I start? Guide Right. I started in Guide Right in 1989 all the way, and I have been working with Guide Right from 1989 to the present. I've been blessed to work with all these young men. I love you. I may not know you personally, but I love you all. Brother Graham Polmark, 100 years later, we're still standing. You understand, brother? We're still standing 100 years later. In 2011, I was blessed to be able to attend and be a part of the 100-year celebration of our grand fraternity. I stand here today in 2022 to be able to serve and stand 100 years of Guide Right. For those brothers who have been able to do both, please stand. And they told me to keep it short, so this is the last thing. Hush, hush. Guide Right is calling your name. Hush, hush. Guide Right is calling your name. Hush, hush. Guide Right is calling your name. Will you answer the call?
I can't thank Brother McGee enough for all his mentorship and advice that he's given National Guide Right. Next will be, want to introduce my predecessor. I'd probably still be the co-chairman if he hadn't decided to go do something else. And he was a great inspiration. He helped bring the team together, and you know, we still give him a hard time, and he's still part of the team, Brother Elmonte Viney.
Buckle up. Mama, I made it. Back to it. Mama, I made it. That's what I said in the spring of 1992 when I was sitting on the couch and got a call from Boston College telling me that I got accepted there. Mama, I made it because I came up during the time, like so many of us, during the crack and AIDS epidemic and era, and was only one of two that made it off my block. Mama, I made it.
We come to the part of the program where we want to do some acknowledgments and thank yous. First of all, none of this is possible without our Grand Pomar, Reuben A. Shelton III. Please stand and be recognized. We want to thank Harris Stowe State University for allowing us to have our programs here. We want to thank St. Louis University for housing us, feeding us, and taking care of us these last days. Again, I want to acknowledge my predecessors, Brother Larry McGee Jr., Brother El Monte Viney. I want to thank all that have made this Guide Right Centennial possible. I want to thank the planning team, Brother Jermaine Murray, Brother Scott Johnson, Brother Terry Ward, who's left. Please step out, so stand up so we can at least give you a hand. Thank you. I want to thank the Kappa Alpha Psi Foundation. Without their work and funding, a lot of this would not be possible. And so I want to thank them. I want to acknowledge my executive team, which is the hardest working team in Kappa. Those brothers mean a lot to me. I share a bond with them that I only share with my chapter brothers and my line brothers. Oscar Neely, stand up, please, be recognized. My co-chairman. Brother Doug Scarborough, my other co-chairman. Brother Daoud Asib, stand up, executive team member. Brother Damon Peoples, where you at, Damon? John Marshall Jones. Brother Sam Boyd, who again made a lot of this possible this week. And last but not least, and I hope he's watching, Brother Ben Jackson. If you don't know, Brother Jackson put all the registration, kept everything in check and tracked, and did all that while he was battling COVID. And Brother Jackson, I hope you're watching, but give him a round of applause, please. I'd like to give a special thanks to Brother Kel Ward. Please stand up and give him some applause. Brother Ward. I don't believe she's here tonight, but Mrs. Thomas, who helped make our housing possible, give her a round of applause. And as Ryan Wilson, again, I say he's priceless. This couldn't happen with him. Stand up and give Brother Wilson a round of applause, please. So I ask, Kappa Leaguers, have you had a good time this week? Have you had a good time this week? Good. We are part of history. We're part of a movement that started in St. Louis in 1922. 100 years ago, 500,000 young lives impacted. And this week we have 636 attendees at the Guide Right Centennial meeting. We are all part of history. Those involved in Guide Right are heroes. We listen, we discuss, we discipline, we advise, we lead. Sometimes we share tears with our young people. To the advisors, I want to thank you and I salute you. Give them a round of applause. For our young men, you're not only Guide Right, you achieve. We mentor over 8,000 young people. 98% of them graduate high school. 74% of them graduate college within 6 years. You are our next generation of leaders. And my message to you is the math of you. Whatever situation you're in, be an addition, be a multiplication, add to that situation, add to that environment, add to that relationship. Don't be a subtraction, don't be a division. Always be a positive influence wherever you are in whatever environment you're in. I know you don't think we understand what you're going through, but I encourage you to listen to the stories of those that are older than you. Within those stories are knowledge, wisdom, and lessons to achieve. And we expect you to succeed. We expect you to achieve. We expect you to break barriers and to accomplish things that have never been done before. And I'm not saying it'll be easy. While there won't be signs saying colored in white bathrooms or drinking fountains, while they won't openly tell you that you can't vote or have a job, they have more subtle ways to impede your progress. So my encouragement to you is don't fight the old battles. Those old battles have been fought. You have new battles to fight today and in the future. And we've all had to fight our battles and go through obstacles. As you face yours, know that you are not alone. Ask for help, and Guide Right and Kappa Alpha Psi will be there. Thank you.
All right. Come take a seat. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's give them another round of applause. So before we announce the winner, there's a couple of people that we want to give them an opportunity to say a few words. We're going to start off with our judges, just to give a few words of what this experience has been and what this has meant to you all for our Centennial celebration and the National Kappa League Debate Challenge Championship. We're going to start off with the Honorable Kathy A. Surratt States.
Thank you, and good evening. I serve as a federal bankruptcy judge here in St. Louis, and the quality of debate that I saw this evening, I hope that you gentlemen will consider law as a career. You all certainly have impressed me with your arguments that you made, your professionalism. You certainly look very snappy and are well-dressed as well. And I think that you all should consider that. You certainly have shown that you have the skills necessary to be successful in the law, to go into the courtroom and argue cases and represent clients. So I hope that you all will consider that. But it has been my pleasure to be here and be part of this. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next up, we will have words from Mr. Stephen Harmon.
Good evening. My name is Steve Harmon. I'm an attorney here in St. Louis, and I want to echo the comments from our federal judge here. I think you all did an outstanding job. You had command presence during your presentations and your rebuttals. You stayed with the points that you started with throughout both presentations and the rebuttals, and I want to commend you all. Great job.
And lastly, our final judge, Brother Damascus Lee.
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to say you guys were a pure blessing to me today. When I get back to New York, I'm highly motivated to make sure I'm touching the lives of young men and knowing that you young men are our future. I myself was a Kappa Leaguer. My son was a Kappa Leaguer, and I will say, following in the steps of the echo, the words of our chairperson, you guys are going to be a great addition to our community, our fraternity, and the world at large. Thank you.
Thank you all. Now, these young men didn't just appear. They had preparation that they did by their coaches from both teams. So what I want to do at this time is give a representative from each team an opportunity to come up and speak about their team.
Good evening, everybody. This is truly a momentous occasion here, and I don't want to take anything away from these young men and their moment because I'm really inspired by them. A lot of them, most of this team here I can speak for has not had any debate experience. I have not had any debate experience, but we started a while ago from March all the way up, and these guys stuck with us, and there were some mispractices here and there. I do want to also mention that we have two of our normal debaters that couldn't make the trip here, but I'm sure they're watching us and on pins and needles just as we are. So I do want to thank the tournament committee. I know this wasn't easy, but they ran a top-notch show all the way through. I want to thank the judges, not just these judges, but the judges all the way through the competition for volunteering their time. I just thank you all. Thank you all for being out here and giving all the support. It's why we mentor, hashtag. So thank you very much.
This is my rebuttal. I echo all his sentiments. Also, added to that, let's give all of the parents for all of the Kappa Leaguers across the nation that has got their students to practice, even though mine were late all the time as well. My name is Courtney Logan. I'm a Missouri and Illinois attorney as well. This was something that we put together almost last minute. We found out about the competition. I was asked, could I coach the team? And then the students, as most students, were voluntold that they were going to be on the team. So give all of the Kappa Leaguers another round of applause. I truly believe that a debate could be taught in every primary educational school across the country. It should be. As communicators, we have to be able to articulate our positions. We have to be able to argue effectively without getting mad and upset and frustrated. More importantly, what I work with the students on, I tell them that all words matter. Right? The words that we say and the words that we don't say matter. But more importantly, it's not about your argument, it's about understanding all of the arguments. And I'm really, really excited because I think, regardless of the outcome of this particular event, I think it's gonna be a lot bigger next year. And more importantly, I think this was a phenomenal, phenomenal debate. Give both teams another round of applause. Thank you, guys.
All right, the moment everybody's been waiting for. In a 2-1 victory, the winners of the National Kappa League Debate Challenge Centennial Edition the winner is, in the negative position, Belleville O'Fallon. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right. Yeah, up front. Yep. y'all come on up here, take a picture. Come on. Okay, look, I'm all right. Look.
Mr. Burnett. No, come on, guys. Get the stage. Good job, man.
Hey, excuse me, we're not done with the program. Please hold up. We're not done. We got a closing. Please don't go. Young men, come back. Have a seat.
Yeah, I want to get a picture between the homework and my Kappa. Yeah. I really got it.
Hey, Scott. Scott. Hey.
Hey, Mr. Rubin. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. We want to thank everyone again for coming out. So I have one announcement to make as we close out. Brother Neely wants all the guide right advisors to come to the second floor in the little room where all the paraphernalia is and to get all your T-shirts for your Kappa Leaguers for the Centennial. Thank you. Good night and God bless. The second floor agrees with that.
Behind here, right here.